Welcome to Your Anime Senpais. I'm John, and today I'm going to be watching and reacting to Fate Zero, Episode 7. And let's quickly review the last episode, where we started off with Saber and Irie going for a nice little drive in the countryside. Nice. It was a nice drive if it had some Initial D music to it, but cut short by Castor, who proclaimed his love for Joan of Arc, who he thinks is Saber. He was quickly corrected. It is not Joan of Arc. She is not. We kind of cut to a scene where Saber's master is trying to take out Lancer and his master by destroying a building. The easiest way to do it is just to basically take out everything around them. We had more information about Castor and Ryunosuke taking kids, torturing them, doing different things with them. We also had a conversation between Gilgamesh and Kotomine. So a little bit of information was given there. Not a whole lot, but some interesting things. And basically, I would say the last episode, like I ended the review last episode, it was a good setup episode for different things that are coming, and I look forward to it. But let's just keep this brief and let's get into this episode. Back to the crash site. Oh. Is that the barrier? Yeah, I can see a giant drop of mercury. Oh, don't touch it. Why would you touch it? Is he possessed by whatever was in it? That's weird. It's in grave danger. Aha. So his notoriety is gonna reveal the war. Changing the rules. Yes. Yes. Okay. How many command spells does he have? To go up his arm or something? I like this little intermission we're taking because, as you know, I don't really care for Castor. I'm kind of getting the whole thing where people are sending their familiars to kind of hear reports of stuff. It's kind of odd, but I mean, I guess command spells are an advantage, but I don't know. If you were to cooperate or have the master and servant cooperate together, work together toward a goal, I don't see where they're that necessary. Oh, so they're still living in that house with those people under that spell? It's kind of messed up. Why can't he just change his attire like Saber can? Leggings? What was he wearing? I guess I wasn't... Oh. Mega size. Yeah, pants stands between him and world conquest. This is the weirdest deal ever. So even though Airi goes around with Saber, Yeah, like I thought that he was the true master. Wonder why. I guess just to hide it and conceal it, maybe. Who the true master is. Maybe how we were talking about last episode, how there could be two masters. I really can't remember. Are they in some kind of relationship together? Maybe? Oh. Yes. All these people protecting him, but he doesn't seem brave enough to actually go out and face things with them. A long-range crystal ball. What? How are you prepared? What? So it was brought to my attention last episode there were things edited out. So based on the sound and how we're getting just still shots of the forest, I'm kind of getting the impression it was more edited out in this episode as well. Wow. I don't know if that means I should need to maybe find another place to watch it from, if Crunchyroll's going to keep the edited copy or what. That's kind of... Yeah, because there's all this death and destruction. Is that one, the first child? That had all them things? Okay, so I guess thinking about it, with all the people watching the fights, she would need to keep her weapon hidden for the ones that don't know who she is yet, if there are any left that don't know who she is. There's not many. But I was kind of curious about that last episode, but I get it. Oh. So he just has unlimited access to demons and whatever. I'm guessing they look really similar, like I said before. Could Saber actually lose really early on? Oh. No. Well, you know, if you hadn't cut her tendon. Saber probably wants you to interfere. This is a fight between masters? He seems very disappointed. It'd be funny if no one actually came out to challenge him. Okay. Nice little shield around him. You have aggravated him for the last time. You're gonna go out with like a machine gun or something? Ah. Well. You've been found. It's like fighting against Gaara from Naruto. That's a pretty cool ability. Is that just a magic ability? Yeah, he really didn't get that far for moving that fast. Oh, so you might actually just die from doing this. Wow. Okay, I guess. It's not a bad ability, I guess, if you're trying to hide from that. Yeah, why would you call out his name? Is this the magic bullet? Is that why he brought the special gun? Is it gonna go through that? Alright. Next episode. Alright, let's talk about it. That was episode 7. Overall, a good episode. Good episode. I enjoyed it. There was a couple different things I didn't expect. One thing I did like about the episode, had to be Ryder ordering his shirt. One thing I didn't really care for with this episode, has to be Castor and those kids. I said it last episode, I'm not a fan of Castor going around torturing these kids. I mean, it was shocking in the first episode, but now it's getting a little old. I mean, we'll talk about it. So anyway, let's go back over this episode. Just like the previous episode, episode 6, I am going back through a couple days, couple weeks. I can't remember how long it's been now since I actually reacted to the episode. But I went back through, watched the episode again with my reaction alongside it, took some notes, stopped it, did some different things like that. So let's just go over, review this episode. We'll talk about some different things. Maybe I'll answer some of my own questions. Maybe I'll raise some new ones. I won't wait to the end of the review to say this. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate all the info that everyone gives me. I appreciate the comments down below on these YouTube videos. I appreciate the comments in person. I appreciate the comments over text message or messenger. I just appreciate all the comments. So let's get into this. So we start off with the construction worker walking up to the big ball of mercury, ball of whatever, and just like sticking his hand into it. What? Not my first reaction, put my hand in it. No. What in the world? This guy's crazy. I didn't understand why in the world he would just do that. Maybe he was just really curious. That is so weird to me, but whatever. So we find out from all the different things the Castor's doing with all the kids and the attention he's drawing. In the last episode, I think he said that he was just running amok. the Holy Grail War is definitely in danger of being exposed. So they go through and they're changing the rules. Basically, everybody just stop fighting, team up, do whatever you need to do, get Castor, eliminate him, and you know what? For doing all that for us, we'll give you some extra command seals. The question I raised during the reaction was, are they really all that great? And I'll say it again, I don't really see where some extra command seals would be worth it. Same points I brought up if you're, in the reaction was, if you're working well together with your servant, do you really need them? I don't know. I guess if you have a difficult servant who has a mind of their own and it doesn't align with your ideals and things like that, maybe that would be a good incentive. So we also find out that while this is all going on, there were 5 familiars present, which meant that Lord Kenneth el-melloi is alive. They figured it out, dropping the building on him, didn't take him out. Never saw that coming after all the magic security stuff that he talked about he had in place, right before they dropped the building on him, which, like I said in the last episode, just was so many red flags for me of like, hey, something's going to happen to this building, something's coming. they just, proclaimed that so far out to me. But anyway, let's cut to Ryder and Waver. They're just having a good time, living with these homeowners. The homeowners, they're still under the spell. They're still living with them. I was not the craziest over this idea. I think in the first episode, once I figured out what was going on, I'm still not. It's kind of underhanded. I get it. Waver's in hiding because he stole the command seal from one dude. But all right, whatever he has to do to make it. So Ryder orders a package. First question is, where did he get the money for this? I guess it's Waver's money. And in the reaction, I talked about how, I was surprised he could sign his name. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think it's like a revolutionary question, but it was just kind of funny to me. He writes in the current language, Japanese or whatever, but I think there was something, now that I think about it, I think there was something said in that episode where Saber was talking about how whenever they're brought to an area to fight or a time period, they're kind of updated or whatever. They're made aware of different things that are going on. So maybe that actually answers my question. Or my curiosity as far as that goes. But I do like Ryder's point of view of, well, if I just fit in and look, and dress in modern clothes, I can go out too. Saber's out there doing it. She looks, she doesn't stand out, so why can't I? I'm not going to be, one up by someone else. So that was kind of funny. The whole thing with Waver trying to stop him, basically saying, hey, you can't go outside without pants on. And how, basically pants stand between him and world conquest is hilarious. I think that's great. So we cut away from here, and now we're gonna focus on Emiya Kitsurugu. He is in his mansion, his house, whatever. I think it's his. I don't really know, but he's here with Saber and a couple other people, Maya and Iris. And they're just gonna they got the announcement that Castor needs to be eliminated. Well, they already know Castor wants to come after Saber. So his point of view is, well, he's coming. Let's just wait. Saber is not thrilled about this. And, I guess I kind of was just kind of going in the moment through the episodes of like Irie being Saber's master, when in episode 1 it was said that it was Kitsurugu who was the actual master. I'm pretty sure it said it, but he was never around. just like every other time, he's just been off doing things in the background, kind of underhandedly, whatever, cowardly, even if you want to say that or go that far. He's always just been in the background, letting everyone else kind of take the spotlight, or however you want to say it. But Irie's been basically concealing who the true master of Saber is from everyone else, which I guess in the past there was something said about how she was a false master, I think was what the wording was, or I can't remember. There was something said to the effect that all this, she just put on a show. So, question was answered in the reaction. Kiritsugu and Irie are definitely in a relationship. They have a daughter together. Kirei is after Kiritsugu. So, found out from Maya that Canis was the bait to lure him out, which, yeah, it's setting all this stuff in motion. And I think that's what's, basically led to the whole thing with him being found out and being hunted down at the end of the episode, was basically the whole, well, you blew up the building, you revealed your location, now I know you're out there doing all these things, and that's why they're coming after him. So Iris gets that pain, and I don't know if that's a constant thing she has, or just if it's just like a surge, or what. Maybe it's not pain, but it's just kind of like a woof, something happens, and she just can detect people, or that a servant or a master or somebody with ill intent maybe is coming, and so she detects Castor. So they go over, they find this crystal ball, and he's brought some kids along with him. Not thrilled with this. Like I said, not thrilled with Castor and his love for torturing kids. So he brought some kids. They're going to play, was it tag or hide and seek or something, just to kill some time until Saber comes out to fight him. So I think, like I said, I think the episodes on Crunchyroll are censored. So I think he took out a kid. It was never shown in the episode. If he did, it kind of had like a crunch sound. So we're just going to presume that he did. Well, it worked. Saber did go out to meet him. Definitely baited by that kid. So, I also kind of pointed out once again the revelation during the reaction that it's probably smart that she keeps her weapon hid still, because there might still be one or two that don't know who exactly she is. I think she's almost told it to everybody, I think. Maybe Gilgamesh doesn't know, Archer. But I can't think of too many others, Berserker I guess, that don't know who she is at this point, because her and Ryder and Lancer have pretty much just, if they were on as much of a display as they've already been in this series, I don't see how everyone doesn't know who they are. I could be wrong about that, but it just kind of seems that way. We find out that Castor's book is his noble phantasm, and I guess it just doesn't really need mana. If I remember correctly, I didn't write that down. I don't think it needs mana, or maybe they didn't talk about it. Maybe it just, because it's his noble phantasm, he can just keep summoning these creatures or whatever. So yeah. With Saber in trouble, once again, Lancer comes in, saves the day for her. Of course, she, says, well, even with my tendon cut, I could have taken on, I don't know, what was it, 100 or more. She's like, well, thanks anyway. So that was kind of funny. So we now see Canis enter the mansion. He's found out where Kitsurugu is, and he's going to go and bring the fight to him. He's also brought along his little ball of mercury. So I don't really know what this is. It kind of poured it out and did like a enchant or a spell whenever he poured it, and made it maybe come to life. Maybe it's a spell, I guess. or somehow magically controlled. I don't remember if it actually told that. I wouldn't mind maybe a little more info on if there's quite a bit of detail to that, or if it really matters. If not, just let me know. It doesn't really matter. It's just whatever. But it was interesting that Kitsurugu used, I guess, essentially time magic is what I almost want to call it, where he, the subtitle said he had a reality altering field in your own body, allowing him to time into accelerating and manipulating his body, or manipulating his body's time. So yeah, he basically can speed himself up, slow himself down, I guess, just manipulating himself. But once again, the mercury, or whatever it is, the goo, it's able to detect presences and things like that, heartbeats, or what, I don't know really what all it's detecting. But he was able to hide from it by slowing his heart down. So maybe it's just listening for different things, presences like that. It's not really detecting the actual, like, just presence of a person. It's looking for something. So that's kind of interesting in this whole fight. We do end the episode where Kiritsugu pulls out the gun. And I just basically want to emphasize the gun because they made it a big deal a couple episodes back, where he was sitting there loading up all the guns and had to sit there and time himself, or however it was. It was just kind of funny to me that he was like, oh, I'm a little slow or whatever. So it doesn't really, I'm assuming that this gun is going to be the I win gun, the overpowered, maybe it's got some kind of special bullet. Is that a thing that's possible? I don't know. But either way, we're going to see in the next episode what happens whenever he does fire that gun, if it's going to have any effect. It's kind of odd that he would bring a gun or guns to a magic fight. I don't know. I guess it would work if Lord el-melloi Kenneth didn't have that shield. Maybe it would matter more. But I would think guns would be the least effective thing in all this. But so far, Kiritsugu has very much favored guns, if I'm remembering correctly, because I think he was the one watching the different fights with, through the gun scopes and whatever, and I was just kind of like, okay. So kind of interesting that everyone else is kind of using magic, maybe familiars, maybe different technology, things like that to get an advantage. He's over here, got his gun, stuff like that. It's just kind of funny to me. But anyway, I think that's all I want to talk about for this episode. If you enjoyed the reaction, definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the like button even. Or dislike if you didn't like it. Let me know why, definitely. I always want to try to improve my reactions and my reviews, definitely to include or get more out of this series for the ones that are interested in me, to get more acquainted with this series and the history and the lore and all the different connecting worlds that intertwine together. You would do me a big favor by letting me know, and always your comments really do help out. I appreciate them so much. But like I said, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you're notified whenever we put out new content on our channel. Look down below. We do have a link to our Patreon. Over there you will find uncut reactions to this other series, other special things that we can't put on YouTube because of copyright stuff. Not a whole lot, but some things, and we would really appreciate that support once again. So always appreciate the support that we do get. We're not really big YouTubers. Me and Richard really do appreciate all the interaction we do get from everyone in the community, and all the positive feedback or negative feedback. We can take it. But however, once again, if you stayed this far into the video to listen to me rant and go on about different things, I do appreciate it. And I want to say that I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.